You're a rolling stone, but I'm a cannonball.
Hello guys, welcome back to DoliveB Crafties. My name is DoliveB. If you're new on this channel, welcome. If you're new, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. In today's video, I will be showing us how to make a Scarfinator using another technique. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, tap the bell icon so you receive all notifications whenever I post new tutorials on this channel. Let's get started, guys. I'm going to start by cutting out the Scarfinator base. I'm using 1 yard of raw silk fabric here, and the measurement I use is 24 inches width by 21 inches length. The 24 inches width is my head circumference part. Let me explain. My head circumference is 22 inches and I added 2 inches allowance. I'm going to add interfacing and lining to my Scarfinator base. That is why I added 2 inches allowance. We understand better as we proceed. Now, I measure that out and I'm going to cut it out 24 inches by 21 inches length. I cut it out and I use the same dimension to cut out my lining and my interfacing. What I'm using as my interfacing here is called paper stay. I use the regular lining here. You can use doll face or any other fabric as your lining. Okay. I'm going to place the interfacing on the lining. Paper stay has 2 sides, one side with glue while the other side does not have glue. So make sure that the part that has glue faces the material, is directly facing the lining or the fabric you're using. So I'm going to place my hot iron on it and transfer enough it so that the interfacing or the paper stay sticks to the lining. Having done that, I'm going to use the same lining. I'm going to sew it to my raw silk fabric like this. I'll sew it through all the 4 corners or all the 4 sides, but I'm going to leave an opening to turn the fabric inside out. Remember, the paper stay part stays under the lining, then the fabric itself. So I'm going to sew it. I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and sew, but leave that opening to turn the fabric inside out. Now I have sewn it and I have that opening. I have that opening to turn the right side of the fabric out, which I'm doing at the moment. Okay, so you can just close up that part, that opening we use in turning the fabric out. Just stitch that part, then make sure that all the edges are brought out. Alright, now the measurement has reduced by 1 inch. I did 24 inches earlier, so I have 23 inches left now. Now I'll be cutting out the pieces I'll be using for my band, and the measurement is 8 inches by 14 inches. 8 inches by 14 inches, and I'm going to cut it out and divide it into 2. So we have 4 inches by 14 inches in 2 places. I will be adding interfacing to give it weight as well, the same way we did the base. I trim off the excess paper stay and I'm going to fold it into 2 like this, and I will sew by 1/4 inch. from here to here and leave an opening for me to turn the right side of the fabric out. I ironed these two little pieces and I'm going to use that to form my V band. Can you see? We should be familiar with how to make V-shape band on this channel. I've already made some tutorials on that earlier. I'm going to sew them together and I keep that aside. Now back to the body of my Scarfinator. On the length area, that's the 21 inches part, not the head circumference part, I'm going to make some marks. I'm going to mark about 1.5 inches from there all the way down. Just make 1.5 inches mark like that all the way down. I do the same on the other side of my Scarfinator base. I've already explained this in my previous videos. I draw a straight line to join the marks like that. I'll fold my fabric on each line and I'm going to sew by 1/4 inch. I've already explained this in my previous video, so this is just the same technique at this point. I'm going to do that till I get to the end of the fabric. Alright, so I'm done and I'm going to join my band, my V-shaped band. I'm going to join it to my base. I've cut out the pieces I'm going to be using for the tying of my scarf. Okay, and then the measurement is 8 inches by 4.5 inches. I'm going to fold it into two like that. Okay, fold it into two like that and I'll shape it out and I'm going to cut, take it to my sewing machine and I sew. I've sewn the hand for the tying and I'm going to turn the wrong side in and sew it to my Scarfinator base like that. I'm just going to sew it to my Scarfinator base like that. Then we'll move on to the next step. I folded the Scarfinator base into two. Okay, and I'm going to sew. I'll measure about 4 inches from the area I have the hand for the tying. That's 4 inches there. And I'm going to sew from there like that. I'll be sewing running stitches from that point. Okay, I'll sew running stitches from that point like that to where I marked earlier. That 4 inches part that I marked earlier. So I'll be sewing my running stitches from there to that point. I pull the thread and I form gathers. I take my needle through the gathers and I secure it properly. I'll turn the wrong side of my Scarfinator or turban cap in, and this is what I have. You can also call it a turban. Okay, this is also like a method of making a padded turban using a non-stretchy fabric. Now the next step is to create the design where we're attaching on this base. I made some half bows and I assembled them, created the design with it, and I placed it on the cap. I already have a video. In one of my videos I showed us how to make an half bow like this. Okay, but let me quickly take you through the procedure in case you've not watched that video. Here I made two sets of half bows. One set is larger or bigger than the other set. Now for the first set of 6 half bows I made, I used the measurement 10 inches length by 7 inches width, while for the second one I used 8 inches length by 7 inches
width. So I'm going to glue my interfacing as usual, paper stay, okay, and I fold each of the pieces into two. I fold into two so it becomes 3.5 inches, and I'm going to stitch by half an inch. I repeat the same procedure on the second piece. I take it to my sewing machine and I have sewn them. So I'm just going to trim that same allowance. I just make it very close to the thread. You know, the width was 7 inches before we folded it, so after folding you should have about 3 inches. I'm going to turn the wrong side in, okay, and we will be inserting our crinoline. Insert our crinoline into each of these pieces. All right, the crinoline is also about 3 inches wide. We will just insert it inside like this, okay, and cut it off. I'll just cut what I need out of my crinoline. The next thing we'll be doing is to fold it into two. Gather the tip together using my needle and thread. Sew running stitches on that end, and I'm going to secure it properly. So that is just how I made my half bows. Kindly follow me on Instagram and Facebook at DoliveB KRAFTIES for updates. You can as well join our Facebook group at DoliveB Fashion and Crafts. This is where we share ideas among ourselves. If you followed any of my tutorials or you made your own designs, you can post them on our Facebook group. You can tag me on Instagram or on Facebook so that we can see. So this is covered with bias. The measurement I use is about 16 inches. I already covered it with bias, and I have my net. My net is doubled, and I'm going to use that to cover the wire. The wire stays in the middle, and I use that to cover the wire. Instead of bringing the net to the center of the circle, I'm going to take it towards, or bring it down towards the end of the wire. I don't know if you are getting it. I'm going to bring the net towards one side, yes, one side of the circle, not at the center, which we usually do. So I'm going to tie my net right there, and I trim off the excess fabric, the excess net fabric I mean. So that is just how I made this particular design. At this junction, I will just be showing us how I assembled my half bows and how I did the finishing or attach them to my Scarfinator base. I used glue gun. Yes, you'll notice I used glue gun, but if you want to tack with needle and thread, you can tack with needle and thread. So just watch this video to the end. If you are new on this channel and you haven't subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button, tap the bell icon so you receive all notifications whenever I upload new tutorials. And to you all who have followed my channel right from the beginning, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you for all the prayers. Thank you for being there. You know, I can't love you guys less. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much, and don't forget to invite others. Tell a friend that will tell a friend that will tell another friend, you know, about this channel, so we keep enjoying ourselves here. We have come to the end of today's video, but before then, let me say this. You will notice I used glue gun towards the end. You can tack if you want to tack. You can tack with your needle and thread. I'm actually trying this. I want to check the durability. I want to check how long it's going to last me. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you.